Church bells are ringing across the county line, but I'm still here tangled in these sheets of mine. The dust is dancing in a beam of golden light, and I'm still wearing the shadows of last night. I tried to keep busy, try to fix that kitchen door, but I can't find the reason to do it anymore. The radio is playing a song we used to know, and the clock on the wall is moving way too slow. It's a long way to Monday and a hard way to fall, when your ghost is the only one walking down the hall. So I'm pouring whiskey on a Sunday afternoon, watching the sun fade out way too soon. It's a bitter kind of medicine for a sweet kind of pain, trying to wash away the sound of your name. Yeah, the world's at rest, but I'm still making my way through a bottle of whiskey on a Sunday. They say Sunday's for family and a little bit of grace, but all I see is the empty side of your pillowcase. I should be at the diner or driving through the pines, instead of staring at these amber-colored lines. One drink for the memories, two for the regret, and three for the things I haven't told you yet. Maybe by tomorrow I'll find the strength to stand, pick up the pieces and be a better man. But today the sky is heavy and the spirit is weak, and I'm looking for the comfort that I shouldn't seek. So I'm pouring whiskey on a Sunday afternoon, watching the sun fade out way too soon. It's a bitter kind of medicine for a sweet kind of pain, trying to wash away the sound of your name. Yeah, the world's at rest, but I'm still making my way through a bottle of whiskey on a Sunday. Bottle on a long, quiet Sunday, waiting for the Monday blues to take the Sunday gray away. There's a giant standing at the edge of the yard, acting like a soldier, acting like a guard. He's been drinking the rain since '94, when we hauled the lumber through the cabin door. I'm just a man with a worried mind, looking for a shelter that I can't quite find. The sun is high and the grass is dry, and there's not a cloud in the burning sky. But I know a place where the air is cool and the world looks like a shimmering pool. I'm sitting in the shadow of a tall pine tree, letting the needle set my spirit free. It's a long dark stretch on the dusty ground, the only quiet place that I've ever found. You can have the neon, you can have the glare, I'll take the scent of the resin in the air, in the shadow of a tall pine tree. I've seen the seasons come and seen them go, from the summer heat to the winter snow. That tree don't move and it don't complain, it just sways a little in the middle of the rain. I I'm leaning my back against a rough-cut bark, waiting for the day to turn into the dark. It's a wooden tower, a cathedral of green, the most honest thing that I've ever seen. Rooted in the earth, reaching for the blue, just like a heart that's trying to stay true. I'm sitting in the shadow of a tall pine tree, letting the needle set my spirit free. It's a long dark stretch on the dusty ground, the only quiet place that I've ever found. You can have the neon, you can have the glare, I'll take the scent of the resin in the air, in the shadow of a tall pine tree. Yeah, just cooling down, far away from town. Let the branches swing, let the locusts sing, in the shadow of a tall pine tree. I found it tucked in the back of a drawer, under some letters from a forgotten war. It's curled at the edges and the black's turned to gray, but it feels like it happened just yesterday. You're leaning against the fender of that old blue truck, with a smile that says we'd found our luck. The world's got a way of moving too fast, turning the future into the past, but I'm holding a moment that refuses to die, right here in the palm of my hand and my eye. And we're forever in a faded photograph, still hearing the echo of your golden laugh. The sun's always setting, the sky's always gold, and we're still young and we're never getting old. Time can't touch us and the rain can't fall on the two of us standing against the wall, in a faded photograph. Your hair's caught in the wind of a July breeze, and the shadows are dancing under the trees. I remember the smell of the rain on the heat, and the way my heart skipped a heavy beat. We didn't have a penny or a plan in sight, but we had the stars and we had the night. Now there's lines on my face and silver in yours, and we've walked through 1,000 different doors. But when I look at this paper, the years disappear, and I'm right back in the minute you held me near. And when we're forever in a faded photograph, still hearing the echo of your golden laugh. The sun's always setting, the sky's always gold, and we're still young and we're never getting old. Time can't touch us and the rain can't fall on the two of us standing against the wall, in a faded photograph. Yeah, it's a little bit blurry and a little bit torn, but it's where our forever was born, just you and me, in a faded photograph. I've been carrying this weight in my denim pocket, next to a hollow heart and a silver locket. It's got jagged teeth and a coat of red for a door that's been closed and a life that's been led. I found it buried in a box of old receipts back when the world was wide and the air was sweet. It don't fit the house and it don't fit the car. It won't get me into the local bar, but I know the gate where the hinge is grown in a corner of the county that I've always known. It's just a rusty key to a padlocked dream, tossed in the middle of a muddy stream, trying to open up a ghost town door to a version of me that don't live here no more. A jagged little piece of a used to be that's losing its grip on the rest of me. A rusty key to a padlocked dream. I remember the day that I turned the tumblers, before we were losers and before we were gamblers. We were building a kingdom out of sawdust and hope at the end of a fraying yellow nylon rope. Now the wood is rotten and the roof is thin, and the only thing living is the wind getting in. Sometimes you gotta just let the iron rust and leave the old secrets to the moths and the dust, because a key in your hand is a heavy-duty thing when there ain't no more music for the heart to sing. It's just a rusty key to a padlocked dream, tossed in the middle of a muddy stream, trying to open up a ghost town door to a version of me that don't live here no more. A jagged little piece of a used to be that's losing its grip on the rest of me. A rusty key to a padlocked dream. Yeah, drop it in the dirt, let it lose the hurt. Don't try the lock on the granite rock. Just a rusty key to a padlocked dream. Yeah, let it be. Bell is missing from the belfry tower, and the playground surrendered to the wildflower. The windows are boarded with a plywood grate, keeping the ghosts of the children at play. I can still see the ruts from the yellow bus in the red clay dirt that survived all of us. The chalk is dust and the slate is cracked, and the library shelves are neatly sacked. But if you listen close to the whistling pine, you can hear the rhythm of a nursery rhyme. It's just an old schoolhouse on the hill, standing so stubborn and standing so still, where we learned our letters and we learned our names and the rules of the world and the playground games. A brick and mortar memory of a simpler time, before the mountain got so hard to climb. I carved my initials in the sycamore tree, right next to the girl who meant the world to me. The ink on the desk is long since dried, and the secrets we whispered have all moved inside. The hallways are narrow and the ceiling is low, but it's the only foundation I used to know. They built a new one down by the interstate with a digital sign and a heavy iron gate, but it don't have the soul of the creaky floor or the hand-painted numbers on the heavy oak door. It's just an old schoolhouse on the hill, standing so stubborn and standing so still, where we learned our letters and we learned our names and the rules of the world and the playground games. A brick and mortar memory of a simpler time, before the mountain got so hard to climb. Yeah, the lesson's over and the bell is gone, but the ghost of the teacher is still hanging on at the old schoolhouse on the hill. There are creases deep as a canyon floor, and a scar from a blade back in '74. The knuckles are swollen and the skin is like leather, tough enough to handle any kind of weather. You spent 40 years on a factory line, turning the raw into something fine. It don't shake like it used to, it's steady and slow, with a strength that a younger man wouldn't know. It's a story written in grease and in grit of a man who never knew how to quit. It's the weight of a work-worn hand on a steering wheel or a piece of land. It's the heavy-duty truth of a life on the clock, solid as a mountain, steady as a rock. It's built the houses and it's fixed the steel, making the world turn on a heavy-duty wheel. The weight of a work-worn hand. It can cradle a child with a gentle touch, though it spent its days clutching a liver and clutch. It's got a permanent stain from the oil and the coal that's worked its way down to the middle of the soul. When it rests on the table at the end of the day, it's got more to tell than a man could say. It's a map of the labor, a chart of the toil, rooted in the iron and the southern soil. A callous blessing and an honest wage, the final signature on a dusty page. It's the weight of a work-worn hand on a steering wheel or a piece of land. It's the heavy-duty truth of a life on the clock, solid as a mountain, steady as a rock. It's built the houses and it's fixed the steel, making the world turn on a heavy-duty wheel. The weight of a work-worn hand. Yeah, lay it on the wood like a father should. The work is through and the grip is true. The weight of a hand, a work-worn hand. The storm finally broke about an hour ago, leaving the attic with a silver gray glow. I'm lying on a mattress on the plywood floor, right where the water came in through the door. But the clouds have parted and the wind has died, leaving a window for the universe inside. There's a jagged little gap in the cedar and tar, where I can see the fire of a billion-year star. It's a heavy-duty hole in a humble place, bringing down the glory of the outer space. It's just starlight through a broken shingle, where the dust and the diamonds finally mingle. A jagged little crack in a weary old roof, bulletproof. It's the light of the heavens in a world of decay, showing me the beauty in a heavy-duty way. Starlight through a broken shingle. I used to worry about the damage and the cost of the shingles I'd found and the pride that I'd lost, but I wouldn't see the Archer or the Big Dipper's cup if I didn't have a reason to be looking on up. Sometimes the wreckage is a blessing in disguise, opening a path for the light in your eyes. They say keep it airtight, they say keep it dry, but you'll never see the truth if you don't see the sky. Let the rain come in if it brings the glow, the only real magic that a man can know. It's just starlight through a broken shingle, where the dust and the diamonds finally mingle. A jagged little crack in a weary old roof, of a miracle heaven that's bulletproof. It's the light of the heavens in a world of decay, showing me the beauty in a heavy-duty way. Starlight through a broken shingle. Yeah, let the rafters shine with a spark divine through the cedar gap on a treasure map. Starlight through a broken shingle. I used to be a wild-eyed, lone wolf man, driving through the desert with no kind of plan. I was a hard-headed rider, stubborn old soul, a runaway train that you couldn't control. But then you walked in with that look in your eye, and I traded my wings for a piece of your sky. Now I'm checking my phone every minute or two, just to see if I've got a message from you. My friends all say that I've gone soft and sweet, but I'm the luckiest man on this dusty street. Yeah, I'm wrapped around your finger like a silver band, walking through the clover, holding your hand. You've got a hold on me tight and true, and there ain't nothing that I wouldn't do. One little smile and I'm losing my mind, the best kind of trouble that a boy could find. Yeah, I'm wrapped around your finger. You wanna go dancing? Just tell me the place. I'll put on a suit and a smile on my face. You wanna stay home and just watch the rain? I'll soldier of a love so deep, with a mountain of promises I'm gonna keep. It's a funny thing how a heart can change, how the whole wide world can be rearranged by a soft-spoken girl with a heart of gold, and a story that's only beginning to be told. Yeah, I'm wrapped around your finger like a silver band, walking through the clover, holding your hand. You've got to hold on me tight and true, and there ain't nothing that I wouldn't do. One little smile and I'm losing my mind, the best kind of trouble that a boy could find. Yeah, left around your finger. Yeah, go on and pull the string. I'll do anything, whatever you want, whatever you need. I'm wrapped around your finger, and I'm happy to be. The moon pulled back its heavy-duty hand, leaving a stretch of the silver gray sand. The ocean retreated to the deep water blue, leaving the world looking shiny and new. But high on the bank where the seagrass is tall, there's a mark in the mud that didn't fade at all. They're deep in the clay and they're hardened by sun, from a heavy-duty journey that's already done. Beyond the reach of the foam and the spray, where the salt water memory was washed away, they're just the footprints that the tide forgot in a heavy-duty, lonely little secret spot, escaping the rhythm of the rise and the fall, standing their ground against the ocean's call. A permanent path on a temporary shore of a traveler who isn't coming back no more. Footprints that the tide forgot. One step for the stroll, one step for the stride of a soul that was moving with a heavy-duty tide. They don't smooth away when the breakers come in, they're etched in the earth like a beautiful sin, a fossilized record of a walk in the dark, leaving behind a heavy-duty spark. They say that the water cleanses the soul, that the waves are the ones who are in control. Atlantic can't wash it to sleep. They're just the footprints that the tide forgot in a heavy-duty, lonely little secret spot, escaping the rhythm of the rise and the fall, standing their ground against the ocean's call. A permanent path on a temporary shore of a traveler who isn't coming back no more. The footprints that the tide forgot. Yeah, watch the water rise underneath the skies, but the ground stays dry underneath the wide. The footprints that the tide forgot. For footprints. Desk lamp is a halo in a room full of ink, while the rest of the county is starting to blink. I've been tracing the lines of a heavy-duty plan with the weary-eyed focus of a laboring man. The clock is a hammer and the silence is deep in the hours when the lucky are drifted in sleep. The wick is burning low in the porcelain bowl as the secrets of the static start to take their control. Between the flickering flame and the scratching of the pen, I'm building up a world that'll never be again. It's a midnight oil and the morning mist, a heavy-duty battle that the spirit can't resist. One is the fire of the work and the bone, the other is the gray of the quiet and alone. I'm living in the bridge between the dark and the day, watching all the shadows start to melt away in the midnight oil and the morning mist. The coffee's gone cold and the window is pale as the blue-black sky starts to shatter and fail. The vapor is rising from the creek in the yard like a heavy-duty blanket when the breathing is hard. The world is a ghost in a silver-gray shroud, while I'm still awake and I'm still feeling proud. They say the morning is for starting and the night is for the rest, but I find the truth when I'm put to the test. When the sun meets the smoke and the grit meets the dew, and the old-fashioned labor starts to feel brand new. It's the midnight oil and the morning mist, a heavy-duty battle that the spirit can't resist. One is the fire of the work and the bone, the other is the gray of the quiet and alone. I'm living in the bridge between the dark and the day, watching all the shadows start to melt away in the midnight oil and the morning mist. Yeah, blow the candle out without a single doubt. The light is getting clear, the dawn is finally here. The midnight oil and the morning mist. There's a tower of stone where the corn used to grow.
far from the salt and the tide's heavy flow, with a lantern room empty and a lens made of dust, and a heavy-duty railing that's bleeding with rust. No ocean for miles, just the waves of the wheat and the shimmer of heat on a dead-end street. They say a madman built it a century back to guide the lost souls on a different track, waiting for a sea that would never arrive to keep a heavy-duty vision alive. It's the ghost of a lighthouse on a landlocked hill, standing so stubborn and standing so still, searching for a coastline that isn't quite there, with a beam made of memory and mountaintop air, a beacon for the dreamers and the ships in the corn, in a place where the heavy-duty spirits are born. The ghost of a lighthouse on a landlocked hill. The white paint is peeling like the skin of a snake in the middle of a valley that was once a great lake. When the wind starts to howl through the vents in the door, it sounds like the crash of the surf on the shore. I'm climbing the spiral, I'm lighting the wick, while the shadows around me grow heavy and thick. They say you're a fool if you're looking for blue in a world that is green and is brown through and through, but sometimes the desert needs a heavy-duty light to get all the wanderers through to the night. It's the ghost of a lighthouse on a landlocked hill, standing so stubborn, standing so still, searching for a coastline that isn't quite there, with a beam made of memory and mountaintop air, a beacon for the dreamers and the ships in the corn, in a place where the heavy-duty spirits are born. The ghost of a lighthouse on a landlocked hill. Yeah, sweep the light round over the ground, no water in sight, just the middle of the night. The ghost of a lighthouse on a landlocked hill. There's a thin gray film on the plastic trim, where the sunlight's fading and the day gets dim. I could take a rag and wipe it all away, but I'd be losing the ghost of yesterday. Every fingerprint and every little grain is a road we traveled in the sun and rain. It's a map of the miles and the coffee we spilled, of the empty tanks and the dreams we filled. It's a little bit messy, it's a little bit worn, like the seats in the back where the fabric's torn. It's just dust on the dashboard, settling down on every mile out of this hollow town. It's the residue of a life well lived, of the takes we took and the love we give. Don't brush it off, don't clear the view. It's the history of me and you, written in the dust on the dashboard. I see the mark where you drew a little heart on the day we decided to make a new start, and the smudge from the map when we both got lost, and the hazy film from the winter frost. It ain't a dirty truck, it's a holy shrine to a long lost summer and a bottle of wine. Some people want it shiny, some want it new, but I like the grit and the honest hue of a restless soul and a rolling stone, and the gravel roads that we've called our own. It's just dust on the dashboard, settling down on every mile out of this hollow town. It's the residue of a life well lived, of the takes we took and the love we give. Don't brush it off, don't clear the view. It's the history of me and you, written in the dust on the dashboard. Yeah, leave it right there in the evening air. Let the memories stay. Don't wipe them away, just dust on the dashboard. Our life on the dashboard. Hickory shed in its heavy-duty gold, in a story the autumn has always told. One by one they let go of the limb to dance on the surface where the light gets dim. No direction but the pull of the tide, taking a slow and a colorful ride. The water's as clear as a bottle of glass, watching the ghosts of the summertime pass. A quiet parade on a liquid floor, heading for the bend and the sycamore shore. It's just drifting leaves on a silent creek, in a language that only the heart can speak. Floating away from the heights they knew, under a sky of a permanent blue. No engine, no anchor, no heavy-duty plan, just moving like the spirit of a traveling man. Drifting leaves on a silent creek. They pile up in eddies and they catch on the rocks like a fleet of ships with no keys to the lock. Some are blood red and some are burnt brown, washed in the peace of a mountain town. I'm standing on the bridge with a mind full of weight, watching them go through the October gate. Sometimes the bravest thing a soul can do is let go of the branch and start something new. Trust in the current and the way that it flows to a place where the heavy-duty wintertime goes. It's just drifting leaves on a silent creek, in a language that only the heart can speak. Floating away from the heights they knew, under a sky of a permanent blue. No engine, no anchor, no heavy-duty plan, just moving like the spirit of a traveling man. Drifting leaves on a silent creek. Yeah, let them go where the waters flow to the river mouth, heading further south. Drifting leaves on a silent creek. Neon open is the only light, stabbing through the belly of a rainy night. The linoleum's buffed to a dull gray shine, and the jukebox is choking on a country line. I'm the only soul at the countertop, waiting for the ticking of the world to stop. The waitress is leaning on a coffee pot, thinking about the things that she hasn't got. The steam is rising in a ghostly curl, in a slow motion black and white lonely world. It's just an empty diner at 3 a.m., a harbor for the broken and the lost of them, where the coffee's bitter and the talk is thin, and nobody asks where the hell you've been. A fluorescent island in a sea of black, with no way forward and no way back, at the empty diner at 3 a.m. I see my reflection in the napkin chrome, 1,000 miles from a place called home. The sugar shaker and the ketchup red are the only witness to the things unsaid. There's a trucker sleeping in the corner booth, drowning out the jagged and the hollow truth. They say the morning brings a brand new start, but it's a long time coming to a heavy heart. So I'll take another refill and a piece of pie, and watch the headlights of the world go by. It's just an empty diner at 3 a.m., a harbor for the broken and the lost of them, where the coffee's bitter and the talk is thin, and nobody asks where the hell you've been. A fluorescent island in a sea of black, with no way forward and no way back, at the empty diner at 3 a.m. Yeah, the rain is hidden, the clock is quitting, just sitting here with a lonely fear, in an empty diner at 3 a.m.
Neon's buzzing like a trapped up fly, and the tile is stained with the years gone by. I'm standing here at the porcelain sink, trying my best not to stop and think, but the glass is fractured in a jagged line, splitting this weary face of mine. One eye's looking at where I've been, the other staring at the mess I'm in. 1,000 miles of coffee and grease, and a mind that hasn't found a moment of peace. It's a cracked mirror in a truck stop bathroom, reflecting the shadows in the midnight gloom. I'm seeing double, I'm seeing the cost of every highway and every soul I've lost. A jigsaw puzzle of a man on the run, wishing to God that the driving was done, looking through a cracked mirror. There's a name carved deep in the wooden stall, and a shadow stretching down the narrow hall. I splashed cold water on a 3-day beard, facing the man that I've always feared. The cracks are like rivers on a paper map, leading me straight to the middle of a trap. It don't show the truth and it don't show the lie, just a silver backing and a bloodshot eye. You can't fix the image once the glass is broke. It all goes up like a cloud of engine smoke. It's a cracked mirror in a truck stop bathroom, reflecting the shadows and the midnight gloom. I'm seeing double, I'm seeing the cost of every highway and every soul I've lost. A jigsaw puzzle of a man on the run, wishing to God that the driving was done, looking through a cracked mirror.
diesel ground. Don't look too long before the light is gone. Just a cracked mirror in a truck stop bathroom. The alarm clock's a hammer on a cold steel bell. 6 a.m. in a town I know too well. I'm lacing up the boots like I'm armoring up, drinking bitter courage from a chipped out cup, between the stack of the bills and the lack of the sleep. I've got a heavy duty promise that I've gotta keep. It's a balancing dance on a razor's edge, leaning out far from the window ledge, 1 foot on the rim and the other on the light, just trying to make it to the Saturday night. It's the high wire act of a working man, doing the best with a calloused hand, stretched across the canyon of the dead and the down, trying to figure what the climb is about, without a safety net or a steadying hand, just a heavy duty heart in a hollow land. The high wire act of a working man. The boss is a ghost in a climate control room, while I'm down here in the grease and the gloom. I'm walking the line between the yes and the sir, while the faces of my family start to become a blur. Every paycheck's a pole to keep me upright, while I'm swaying in the wind of the corporate mind. 1 slip to the left and the house is gone, 1 slip to the right and I'm out on the lawn. But I keep my eyes fixed on the faraway shore, and I keep my boots moving toward the factory door. It's a high wire act of a working man, doing the best with a calloused hand, stretched across the canyon of the dead and the down, trying to figure what the climb is about, without a safety net or a steadying hand, just a heavy duty heart in a hollow land. The high wire act of a working man. Yeah, don't look down in this payday town, just 1 more step for the secrets kept. The high wire act of a working man. Temperature dropped like a stone in a well, leaving a silence that no one could tell. The water is iron, the surface is glass, locked in a grate where the seasons don't pass. But the sky is a fire of violet and gold, refusing to let the horizon grow cold. It's a light without heat, a day without end, where the rules of the shadows find a bend. I'm standing out where the ice is deep, while the rest of the world is falling asleep. It's the midnight sun on a frozen lake, a beautiful heart with a heavy-duty ache, gleaming on the white and the jagged blue, like It's a cold kind of glory, a bright kind of pain, watching the light through a frozen pane. The midnight sun on a frozen lake. The wind is a razor, the air is a ghost, haunting the shoreline and the cedar post. The ice begins to groan with a heavy-duty sound, like a giant waking up beneath the ground. But the sun stays hanging in the northern sky, staring at the world with a golden eye. They say the dark is where the secrets hide, but there's nowhere to run and nowhere to slide when the light won't quit and the day won't die, and the truth is as wide as the Arctic skies. A midnight sun on a frozen lake, a beautiful heart with a heavy-duty ache, gleaming on the white and the jagged blue, like a memory of a love that was almost true. It's a cold kind of glory, a bright kind of pain, watching the light through a frozen pane. A midnight sun on a frozen lake. Yeah, let the colors bleed. It's all I need in the middle of the ice, paying the price. The midnight sun on a frozen lake. I've had enough of these city canyons and the neon glare, of the smoggy lungs and the crowded subway air. I'm trading my loafers for a pair of worn-out boots. I'm headed east to find my tangled roots, where the Appalachian mist hangs heavy and low and the Cumberland River starts to flow. I can already hear the fiddle and the bow calling me back to the world I used to know, past the limestone walls and the white picket fence, where the world starts making a little more sense. Yeah, I'm going back to the blue rack, back to the hills where the moon shines hidden in the old copper stills. I need a front porch session and a high lonesome sound, with my feet planted firm on that Kentucky ground. Let the banjo roll and the mandolin ring. I'm going back to the heart of everything, back to the blue rack. My mama's on the porch in a rocking chair, with the scent of honeysuckle in her silver hair. My brothers are picking on the old 5-string, waiting for the harmony that the evening brings. No more checking my watch, chasing a buck. I'm just a lucky man in a rusty truck. They say you can't go back, but they've never been to a place where the mountains are your oldest friend.
where the grass has a shimmer of a midnight hue, and the morning sky is a different kind of blue. Yeah, I'm going back to the blue wreck, back to the hills where the moon shines hidden in the old copper stills. I need a front porch session and a high lonesome sound, with my feet planted firm on that Kentucky ground. Let the banjo roll and the mandolin ring. I'm going back to the heart of everything, back to the blue wrecks. Crying, I'm almost home. No more reason to ever roam. Just me and the blue rats. Yeah, I'm home.
It's been singing that song for 20-odd years, a melody made of the rust and the tears. Every time the wind gives the porch a shove, or someone comes home to the ones that they love, it's a high-pitched whine and a metallic groan, the most familiar music that I've ever known. It's a heavy-duty spring with a lot on its mind, leaving the dust of the valley behind. A warning, a welcome, a sharp little crack as the wood hits the frame and it doesn't look back. It's the screen door's rhythmic hinge tonight, playing its part in the fading light, a squeak and a slap in a steady beat time. The only thing left that still knows how to rhyme, it's the pulse of the house and the breath of the hall, watching the shadows start to climb up the wall. The screen door's rhythmic hinge. I remember the summer we painted it white, and the way it would rattle in the middle of the night, when the dogs wanted out or the rain wanted in, and the stories of life were about to begin. Now the paint is all flaking and the mesh is a mess, but it still holds the weight of a mother's caress. Oil it down, it'll stay quiet a day, but the ghost in the metal won't stay away. It wants to be heard, it wants to be known, in the wood and the wire and the marrow of bone. It's the screen door's rhythmic hinge tonight, playing its part in the fading light, a squeak and a slide in a steady beat time. The only thing left that still knows how to rhyme, it's the pulse of the house and the breath of the hall, watching the shadows start to climb up the wall. The screen door's rhythmic hinge. Yeah, I'll let it sing that rusty thing, open and wide, stepping Coffee's brewing for a party of one. The Sunday paper sitting out in the sun. I still set the placemat, I still lay the fork, like a habit that's stuck like a stubborn old cork. But the silence is louder than the ticking of the clock. Since I heard the turn of the final lock, the wood is polished and the surface is clean. The loneliest sight that I've ever seen, just a shadow where a person used to be, staring right back at the ghost of me. It's just an empty chair at the kitchen table. I'm trying to stay strong, I'm trying to stay able, but the morning light has a way of showing exactly where the cold wind's blowing. A vacant space in a crowded heart, watching the breakfast hour fall apart at the empty chair at the kitchen table. I remember the way you'd lean on the back, talking about the things that our future would lack, with a laugh that could brighten the darkest of days, and a million little sweet and stubborn ways. Now the dust is the only thing sitting there now, with a heavy weight pressing on my brow. I could move it to the attic, I could hide it away, but I'd still see the gap at the end of the day. It's a monument built out of oak and air to the love that we promised we'd always share. It's just an empty chair at the kitchen table. I'm trying to stay strong, I'm trying to stay able, but the morning light has a way of showing exactly where the cold wind's blowing. A vacant space in a crowded heart, watching the breakfast hour fall apart at the empty chair at the kitchen table. Yeah, the eggs are cold and the story's told, just sitting here with a lonely tear and an empty chair. Yeah, an empty chair. There's a white line fever in my tired eyes, underneath the weight of the morning skies. My jacket's got a story in every phrase, a ghost of the roads that I walked yesterday. It's a uniform worn by the restless and the bound, in a world that keeps spinning round and around. The pump is clicking at the Texaco station, a lonely heartbeat for a traveling nation. Fumes are rising in a shimmering haze, like a memory of the better looking days. It's just faded denim and gasoline, the only two colors that I've ever seen. One is the fabric of a hard-working life, the other is the fuel for the distance and strife. Blue on the body and gold in the tank, the only two things that I gotta thank. Faded denim and gasoline. I've got a grease-stained thumb and a callous palm, looking for a storm or a midnight calm. This fabric is thin, but it holds the heat of 1,000 miles on a vinyl seat. It smells like a garage in a Sunday rain, a heavy-duty remedy for a lightweight pain. They say the clothes make the man, or so I've been told, but I'm just trying to keep from the highway cold. You can keep your silk and your polished shoes, I'll take the workwear and the petroleum blues. It's just faded denim and gasoline, the
only two colors that I've ever seen. One is the fabric of a hard-working life, the other is the fuel for the distance and strife. Blue on the body and gold in the tank, the only two things that I've gotta thank. Faded denim and gasoline. Yeah, screw the cab tight into the night. The threads are tearing, but I'm still wearing faded denim and gasoline.
As a shiver in the kudzu vine, creeping up the trailers in the longleaf pine. It carries the scent of the red clay mud and the rising heat in a young man's blood. It don't need a whistle and it don't need a bell to tell the stories that it knows so well. It's a low-down moan in the chimney stack, like a lonesome train on a rusted track. It's pushing the screen door open a crack, bringing the memories flooding back. It's just the sound of the southern wind coming back home to where it began, whistling through the gaps in the cedar board like a holy note on a gospel chord. It's the breath of the valley, the sigh of the plains, washing the dust from the window panes, the sound of the southern wind. It's seen the cotton and it's seen the corn since the very first day that the hills were born. It knows where the old timers buried their gold and the secrets the river has never quite told. I'm leaning my head back, closing my eyes, listening to the truth in the windy lies. It'll lift your hat, it'll ruffle your hair, it'll follow you down to the county fair. A restless traveler with no place to be but right here in the branches of the willow tree. It's just the sound of the southern wind coming back home to where it began, whistling through the gaps in the cedar board like a holy note on a gospel chord. It's the breath of the valley, the sigh of the plains, washing the dust from the window panes, the sound of the southern wind. Yeah, let it blow, let the tall grass go around the bend like an old-time friend. The sound of the southern wind. Yeah, that southern wind. Steam is rising from the iron tracks. I'm staring at a bag I didn't even pack, just a jacket of smoke and a heavy heart, watching the town of my childhood depart. The conductor is calling, his voice like a ghost, leaving behind what I love the most. Clickety-clack, the rhythm of the rail is a lonesome song for a soul that's pale. I don't need a ticket with a town on the line, I just need a place that isn't yours and mine. I'm on a midnight lights flickering by, small town secrets under a velvet sky. There's a woman in 4B, she's crying in her sleep. Maybe she's got promises she couldn't keep. Me, I'm just staring at my reflection in the glass, watching the ghosts of my old life pass. The wheels keep turning, grinding on the steel, trying to forget the way you made me feel. Every mile I gain is a memory lost, but I'm still counting up the heavy cost. I'm on a midnight train to nowhere tonight, chasing the blackness, escaping the light. No destination, no map in my hand, just a rolling cage through a hollow land. Whistle is screaming, cutting through the air on a midnight train nowhere. Yeah, keep on rolling through the dark and the cold, till the engine breaks and the story's told. Nowhere, nowhere at all. I'm standing out where the wheat fields roll, in a silence that's good for a weary soul. The sky is a canvas of purple and gold, and I'm watching a story of evening unfold. But I ain't alone in this wide open space. I can feel the ghost of your soft embrace. It starts as a rustle in the tall green grass, a secret that whispers as the minutes pass. It moved through the pines and the old willow tree, bringing a message back home to me. And I hear your name in the wind at night, carried on the breeze in the fading light. It's a low sweet hum, it's a haunting tune, rising up high to the harvest moon. Every breath I take, every sigh I sing, I'm hearing your name in the wind. I remember the way you'd laugh in the rain, a sound that could wash away every stain. Now the seasons are changing and the birds fly south, but I still feel the taste of a kiss on my mouth. I don't need a phone or a letter to know that you're with me wherever the cold drafts blow. It's in the howl of the storm, it's in the draft by the door. It's a language I didn't quite notice before. The world is a chorus, a symphony blue, and every last note is a holler for you. And I hear your name in the wind tonight, carried on the breeze in the fading light. It's a low sweet hum, it's a haunting tune, rising up high to the harvest moon. Every breath I take, every sigh I sing, I'm hearing your name in the wind. Yeah, listen close, can you hear it too? Across the plains, across the dew, your name in the wind, just your name in the wind. I don't need a garden with a white picket fence, or a florist in the city making dollars and cents. I don't need a diamond that's polished and cold, or a story of a romance that's already been told. I just need a meadow and a Saturday breeze, and the way that you're laughing underneath the trees. You got a daisy tucked behind your ear, and suddenly the world is perfectly clear. No fancy dresses, no painted on smiles, just a love that can run for 1,000 miles. It's just wildflowers and you, baby, letting the wind drive us crazy, growing where the sunlight hits the ground. The prettiest thing that I've ever found. You don't need a crown to be my queen. You're the sweetest thing this valley's seen. Just a field of gold, a sky of blue, wildflowers and you. The way that you're walking through the tall green grass, watching the butterflies as they pass. You're a little bit tangled, a little bit wild, with the heart of a rebel and the soul of a child. I trade all the roses in a crystal vase for the look of the sunshine on your face. Some things are better when they're left to grow, without a plan or a place to go. Just like us, just like this day, finding our own beautiful way. It's just wildflowers and you, baby, letting the wind drive us crazy, growing where the sunlight hits the ground. The prettiest thing that I've ever found. You don't need a crown to be my queen. You're the sweetest thing this valley's seen. Just a field of gold, a sky of blue, wildflowers and you. Yeah, just blooming in the sun since the day we begun. Not a care in the world with my favorite girl. Wildflowers and you. I'm rolling down the window of this old Ford truck, passing the theater where we tried our luck. The marquee's missing letters and the paint is thin, but I can still see us trying to sneak in. The hardware store is a coffee shop now, but I still see my daddy wiping sweat from his brow. The stoplight still swinging on a rusty wire, reminding me a heart that was once on fire. It's only 4 blocks from the start to the end, but it's 1,000 miles of remember when. Down on Main Street, where the ghosts all play in the golden haze of a Saturday, every storefront window and every cracked brick is a Polaroid picture that'll always stick. Time's moved on, but the heart stays still in the shadows of the valley and the watermill. Just a ghost town of Main Street memories. There's a corner booth at the old Five and Dime, where we carved our names to outrun time. The barbershop pole doesn't spin anymore, and there's a for Lisa sign on the grocery store. but I can still hear the parade and the high school band, and the feel of your small, warm, trembling hand. They say progress is a train that you can't get off, but sometimes the engine just a weary cough. They can tear down the wood and the mortar and stone, but they can't touch the spirit of the place I've known. Down on Main Street, where the ghosts all play in the golden haze of a Saturday, every storefront window and every cracked brick is a Polaroid picture that'll always stick. Time's moved on, but the heart stays still in the shadows of the valley and the water mill. Just a ghost town of Main Street memories. Yeah, the neon's humming, the sun is setting, and I'm just driving, not quite forgetting Main Street memories. Down where the bank starts to crumble away, and the light turns to silver at the end of the day. There's a curtain of green hanging over the mud, in the place where the river once rose in a flood. The branches are sweeping the surface of the stream, like a heavy-duty anchor for a deep water dream. I carved two initials in the thick of the bark, back when the world was a wide open spark. But the wood has grown over and the lines have all blurred, hiding the promise and the things that we heard. It's a secret kept by the willow tree, locked in the roots where nobody can see. It's heard every whisper and it's felt every tear, standing its ground for 100-odd years. A heavy-duty witness with a heart made of wood, keeping the stories that we never could. A secret kept by the willow tree. They say that it weeps for the souls that are gone, but it's just catching light in the middle of dawn. Sheltered the runaways and covered the shamed, in a corner of the county that remains unnamed. You can tell it your troubles and you can tell it your lies, and it'll bury them deep where the dragonfly flies. It don't break for the storm and it don't blow away, it just bends with the burden of what it has to say, holding the ghost in a leafy embrace, in a quiet, forgotten and heavy-duty place. It's a secret kept by the willow tree, locked in the roots where nobody can see. It's heard every whisper and it's felt every tear, standing its ground for 100-odd years. A heavy-duty witness with a heart made of wood, keeping the stories that we never could. A secret kept by the willow tree. Let the leaves fall, it's heard it all, quiet and deep, the promise it'll keep, the secret of the willow tree. screen door is slapping at a ghost in the air, and the hallway is stripped and the closets are bare. The floorboards are pale where the rug used to lie, like a memory of a son that refused to die. I'm standing in the center of the living room floor, watching the sunlight slant through the door. It's a hazy parade of the skin and the bone, of every hello and every alone, dancing in circles in a vertical beam, like the heavy-duty particles of a half-broken dream. It's just the dust of 1,000 departures, under the weight of the heavy-duty arches, the residue leaving in the sediment of goodbye, rising from the carpet to the charcoal sky. It's what's left of the laughter and what's left of the pride, when there's nothing but the echoes left trapped inside, the dust of 1,000 departures. I remember the boxes and I remember the tape, and the way that we tried to plan an escape. But you leave a little piece of your heart on the shelf, and a little bit of the man that you called yourself. It settles on the windows and it settles on the sill, in the quiet of a house that's finally still. They say take only memories, leave only tracks, but we leave a whole lot more when we don't look back. A heavy-duty layer of the years we spent, the silver gray ashes of the way we went. It's just the dust of 1,000 departures, under the weight of the heavy-duty arches, the residue leaving and the sediment of goodbye, rising from the carpet to the charcoal sky. It's what's left of the laughter and what's left of the pride, when there's nothing but the echoes left trapped inside, the dust of 1,000 departures. Yeah, sweep it all away to the end of the day. Let the air grow thin where the next begins, the dust of 1,000 departures. The neon open just flickered and died, and the bartender's looking for a place to hide. The overheads hum with a sickly white glare, exposing the dust in the whiskey-soaked air. I'm tracing a circle in a puddle of gin, wondering exactly where the dark begins. The jukebox is silent, the pool table's cold, and the stories we told already getting old. We were kings of the mountain just an hour ago, now we're just shadows with nowhere to go. It's barstool philosophy at closing time, trying to make the messy parts of living rhyme. We solved all the problems of the world and the state, but we can't find the key to our own front gate. A heavy-duty wisdom born on glass and ice, giving out the soul-deep useless advice. talking about the good old days through a thick rimmed glass and a Marlboro haze. He says life is a gamble where the deck is thin and the house always knows how to let you win. I'm nodding my head like I understand the truth while I'm looking for the pieces of my wasted youth. The world looks different when the lights come on and the liquid courage is almost gone. The truth is a jagged and a heavy-duty pill sitting on the edge of a windowsill. It's bar stool philosophy at closing time, trying to make the messy parts of living rhyme. We solved all the problems of the world and the state, but we can't find the key to our own front gate. A heavy-duty wisdom born of glass and ice, giving out the soul deep useless advice at closing time. Yeah, push back the chair in the cooling air, walk to the car, leave it at the bar. Barstool philosophy at closing time. Wind is blowing hard across the Kansas line, bringing back the ghost of a better time. I'm standing where the shadows stretch long and lean, looking for a harvest that I've never seen. I told you I was staying, then I turned to go. Now I'm reaping the seeds that I used to sow. The ground is cracked and the sky is gray. Everything I love is a mile away. I'm calling your name to the open sky, but the only thing that's moving is the tumbleweed by. And it's just teardrops in the dust, watching the iron turn into rust. Hard to keep a promise when the well runs dry, hard to tell the truth when you're living a lie. They disappear before they hit the ground, lost in the wind, never to be found. Just teardrops in the dust. There's a faded picture in my denim coat, a couple of lines that you once wrote. Don't forget the way the prairie smells at night, but I traded the peace for a neon light. Now my boots are worn and my heart is spent, wonder exactly where the good years went. Rain don't fall on a man like me, who traded his rules for a chance to be free. Now freedom's just a cage with a wider view, and 1,000 miles between me and you. And it's just teardrops in the dust, watching the iron turn into rust. Hard to keep a promise when the well runs dry, hard to tell the truth when you're living a lie. They disappear before they hit the ground, lost in the wind, never to be found. Just teardrops in the dust. Yeah, let the wind blow, let the dirt rise, hiding the salt in an old man's eyes. Just teardrops in the dust. The odometer's clicking on a brand new grant in a corner of the county that I understand. Tires are humming a familiar tune under the glow of a waning moon. I've seen the deserts and I've seen the coast, but I'm heading for the thing that I miss the most. The gravel's crunching like a choir of stone, the sweetest music that I've ever known. I'm shifting down as the creek comes near, leaving the shadows of the lonely year. It's just a final mile, and the front porch light burning like a star in the middle of the night. The end of the road and the start of the rest, the quietest beat in a traveler's breast. I've chased the horizon and I've chased the sun, but the long haul journey is finally done at the final mile and the front porch light. I see the silhouette of the willow tree, looking like it's waiting just to welcome me. The paint is peeling on the mailbox post in the place that I've always loved the most. I don't need a map and I don't need a sign to tell me that this little piece of earth is mine. Say a man is built of the roads he takes and the heavy-duty choices that his spirit makes, but every turn and every highway line was just leading me back to this design. It's just a final mile and the front porch light burning like a star in the middle of the night. The end of the road and the start of the rest, the quietest beat in a traveler's breast. I've chased the horizon and I've chased the sun, but the long haul journey is finally done at the final mile and the front porch light. Pull the brake, for heaven's sake, turn off the key, just you and me. The final mile and the front porch light. Yeah, I'm home. He's standing by the window where the neon bleeds, looking at the junk that nobody needs. A rusted out trumpet and a wedding band, a heavy duty life in a second-hand land. But his eyes are fixed on a mahogany case, with a pendulum swinging at a funeral pace. It's got Roman numbers and a brass-plated key, and it's ticking like a heart that's finally free. He checks his wrist, but his watch has stopped since the day his world was finally swapped. It's just the old man and the pawn shop clock, counting down the seconds to the final lock, watching the minutes that he couldn't save in the dusty light of a bargain bin cave. It's a rhythm of wood and a rhythm of steel, turning on a heavy-duty invisible wheel. The old man and the pawn shop clock. He remembers the chime in the hallway rug, the scent of the cedar and the coffee mug, before the bills piled up like a winter snow, and the doctor said it was time to go. Now he comes here just to hear it strike, the only sound in the world that he still likes. They say time is money and money is time, but you can't buy back a single mountain climb. It's sitting on a shelf with a 90-buck tag, a lifetime of moments in a plastic bag. It's just the old man and the pawn shop clock, counting down the seconds to the final lock, watching the minutes that he couldn't save in the dusty light of a bargain bin cave. It's a rhythm of wood and a rhythm of steel, turning on a heavy-duty invisible wheel. The old man and the pawn shop clock. Yeah, listen to the tick. The air is getting thick. One more chime at the end of the line. The old man and the pawn shop clock. There's a bronze cast plaque on the courthouse square, where the pigeons land and the locals stare. A faded picture in the barbershop hall of a boy in a jersey standing proud and tall. He was the king of the Friday night lights before he traded his jersey for the desert nights. The homecoming queen moved on to the city. The grandstand's rotting and it's a damn pity, but every time the autumn wind starts to blow, you can hear the echoes of the go, boy, go. He's just the ghost of a small town hero now, with a heavy-duty crown on a shadow's brow, a name on a bridge that the teenagers cross, a symbol of the glory and a symbol of the loss. He's frozen in time while the rest of us age, the final hero on a local stage, the ghost of a small town hero. His mother still keeps his room just the same, with the dusty trophies and the family name. The town didn't change, it just got a bit smaller, and the tall tale stories got a little bit taller. They talk about the past that won the big game, like it was a spark to a holy flame. He didn't want a statue, he didn't want a parade, just a life in the sun and a spot in the shade. But the world had a plan that was bigger than here, and it left us with a memory and a silent tear. He's just the ghost of a small town hero now, with a heavy-duty crown on a shadow's brow, a name on a bridge that the teenagers cross, a symbol of the glory and a symbol of the loss. He's frozen in time while the rest of us age, the final hero on a local stage, the ghost of a small town hero. Yeah, the lights are off and the air is soft in the middle of the field, where the legends yield to the ghost of a small town hero. It started hearts as a shiver in the kudzu vine, creeping up the trellis and the longleaf pine. It carries the scent of the red clay mud and the rising heat in a young man's blood. It don't need a whistle and it don't need a bell to tell the stories that it knows so well. It's a low down moan in the chimney stack, like a lonesome train on a rusty track. It's pushing the screen door open a crack, bringing the memories flooding back. It's just the sound of the southern wind coming back home to where it began, whistling through the gaps in the cedar board like a holy note on a gospel chord. It's the breath of the valley, the sigh of the plains, washing the dust from the window panes. The sound of the southern wind. It's seen the cotton and it's seen the corn since the very first day that the hills were born. It knows where the old timers buried their gold and the secrets the river has never quite told. I'm leaning my head back, closing my eyes, listening to the truth and the windy lies. It'll lift your hat, it'll ruffle your hair, it'll follow you down to the county fair. A restless traveler with no place to be, but right here in the branches of the willow tree. It's just the sound of the southern wind coming back home to where it began, whistling through the gaps in the cedar board like a holy note on a gospel chord. It's the breath of the valley, the sigh of the plains, washing the dust from the window panes. The sound of the southern wind. Yeah, let it blow, let the tall grass go around the bend like an old time friend. The sound of the southern wind. Yeah, that southern wind. She's hanging from a pole on a wraparound porch, bleached by the rays of a summertime torch. The scarlet's turned to a dusty rose in the rhythm of the wind that the valley blows. The stars are blurring into a silver gray haze like a memory of the heavy-duty old-fashioned days. The fabric is frayed at the edge of the blue, telling the stories of the things she's been through the ice and the hail and humidity heat, high above the quiet of a dead-end street. It's just old glory fading in the sun, watching the work that'll never be done between the stripes and the shadows of the evening light. She's holding her ground through the middle of the night, a weather-worn symbol of a heavy-duty pride with a whole lot of history trapped deep inside. Old glory fading in the sun. She's seen the parades and she's seen the goodbyes under the watch of the mid-July skies. Now the cotton is thin and the grommets are rust, and the hem is heavy with the mountain road dust. But she still catches wind like a sail on a ship, even with the fray and the heavy-duty rip. They say keep her bright and keep her brand new, but I like the look of the red, white, and blue when it's lived through the seasons and stood in the rain and carries the weight of the joy and the pain. It's just old glory fading in the sun, watching the work that'll never be done between the stripes and the shadows of the evening light. She's holding her ground through the middle of the night, a weather-worn symbol of a heavy-duty pride with a whole lot of history trapped deep inside. Old glory fading in the sun. Yeah. It's all that we need, waving so slow in the golden glow. Oh, glory, fading in the sun. Hickory shedding its heavy-duty gold in a story the autumn has always told. One by one they let go of the limb to dance on the surface where the light gets dim. No direction but the pull of the tide, taking a slow and a colorful ride. The water's as clear as a bottle of glass, watching the ghosts of the summertime pass. A quiet parade on a liquid floor, heading for the bend and the sycamore shores. Just drifting leaves on a silent creek in a language that only the heart can speak. Floating away from the heights they knew, under a sky of a permanent blue. No engine, no anchor, no heavy-duty plan, just moving like the spirit of a traveling man. Drifting leaves on a silent creek, they pile up in eddies and they catch on the rocks like a fleet of ships with no keys to the locks. Some are blood red and some are burnt brown, washed in the peace of a mountain town. I'm standing on the bridge with a mind full of weight, watching them go through the October gate. Sometimes the bravest thing a soul can do is let go of the branch and start something new. To trust in the current and the way that it flows to a place where the heavy-duty wintertime goes. Just drifting leaves on a silent creek in a language that only the heart can speak. Floating away from the heights they knew, under a sky of a permanent blue. No engine, no anchor, no heavy-duty plan, just moving like the spirit of a traveling man. Drifting leaves on a silent creek. Yeah, let them go where the waters flow to the river mouth, heading further south. Drifting leaves on a silent creek. I'm sitting on a bench where the paint's peeling back, staring down the iron of a long abandoned track. The weeds are growing tall through the heavy-duty ties, underneath the hollow of the wide and lonely skies. I can feel a vibration in the soles of my feet, but the station is silent and the silence is sweet. It's a low-frequency hum, a ghost in the air, like a promise of a journey that's going nowhere. The signals are dark and the switch is jammed tight, but I'm listening for a whistle in the middle of the night. It's the sound of a train that never arrives, the heavy-duty echo of our long-distance lives, coming round the mountain just a mile away.
but it stays in the shadow of the yesterday. A lonesome vibration, a rhythmic refrain of the hope and the heartbreak and the ghost of a train. The sound of a train that never arrives. I got my suitcase packed with the things I couldn't say, ready for a ticket to a far-off getaway. The schedule's been buried in the dust and the brine, but I'm still standing here and I'm still keeping time. I hear the steam huffing like a giant in pain, but the tracks are just rusting in the cold mountain rain. They say be patient, it's just running late, but there's a heavy-duty sorrow in the middle of the wait, when the arrival board is blank and the engine is a myth, and the only thing you have is the ghost you're traveling with. It's the sound of a train that never arrives, a heavy-duty echo of our long-distance lives, coming round the mountain just a mile away. But it stays in the shadow of the yesterday, a lonesome vibration, a rhythmic refrain of the hope and the heartbreak and the ghost of a train. The sound of a train that never arrives. Yeah, listen to the rail, to the lonesome wail. It's almost here, it's never near. The sound of a train that never arrives, that never arrives.
The case is dusty in the corner of the room, hiding like a secret in the velvet and the gloom. I popped the latches and I felt the cedar scent of 1,000 nights, and the money we spent on strings and picks, and a dream that was loud before we lost the rhythm in the middle of a crowd. The finish is cracked like a wintertime lake, and there's a little bit of rattle in the bridge's wake. But when I strike a chord, the wood starts to hum like it's been waiting for the music to come. It's just the echo of an old guitar ringing out under the evening star, a ghost of a melody, a lonesome refrain of the joy we found in the deep-seated pain. It ain't just wire and it ain't just wood, it's a story told as only it could, in the echo of an old guitar. I remember the stage at the Grange Hall dance, where I caught the light of a second chance, and the way your voice would climb up high like a hawk circling in a summertime sky. Now I'm just playing for the shadows and the mice, paying for the memories at a heavy-duty price. They say the songs we write never really die, they just float around in the carbon in the sky, waiting for a hand that's a little bit worn to bring them back home to the place they were born. It's just the echo of an old guitar ringing out under the evening star, a ghost of a melody, a lonesome refrain of the joy we found and the deep-seated pain. It ain't just wire and it ain't just wood. It's a story told as only it could, in the echo of an old guitar. Let the hollow wood sing just a little bit of soul before I lose control of the echo of an old guitar. Picket fence is leaning at a tired angle, lost in the grip of a bittersweet tangle, where the roses once bloomed in a velvet row. Only the wild things have the courage to grow. I used to pull the weeds with a feverish hand, trying to master this little piece of land. Now the soil is hard and the sun is a blade, and the beauty we planted has started to fade. The roots go deep and the stems are gray, taking back the ground in a jagged way. It's just thistle and thorn in the garden bed, living on the words that we never said. A sharp-edged harvest of the neglected years, watered by the salt of 1,000 tears. What was meant to be soft is a heavy-duty sting in the middle of the yard where the blackbirds sing. Thistle and thorn in the garden bed. I walked through the gate with a pair of gloves, thinking about the wreckage of our hollow loves. But the purple flowers are a beautiful lie, hiding the poison for the passerby. It don't ask for water and it don't ask for grace, it just wants to cover every empty space. They say a garden is a mirror of the soul, but I let the chaos take the lead and the control. Now I'm standing in the thicket where the shadows hide, with a heavy-duty loneliness trapped inside. It's just thistle and thorn in the garden bed, living on the words that we never said. A sharp-edged harvest of the neglected years, watered by the salt of 1,000 tears. What was meant to be soft is a heavy-duty sting in the middle of the yard where the blackbirds sing. Thistle and thorn in the garden bed. Yeah, let the briars climb till the end of time. Don't reach for the bloom in the afternoon gloom. Thistle and thorn in the garden bed. He's standing by the window where the neon bleeds, looking at the junk that nobody needs. A rusted out trumpet and a wedding band, a heavy-duty life in a second-hand land. But his eyes are fixed on a mahogany case with a pendulum swinging at a funeral pace.
It's got Roman numbers and a brass-plated key, and it's ticking like a heart that's finally free. He checks his wrist, but his watch is stopped since the day his world was finally swapped. It's just the old man and the pawn shop clock, counting down the seconds to the final lock, watching the minutes that he couldn't save in the dusty light of a bargain bin cave. It's a rhythm of wood and a rhythm of steel, turning on a heavy-duty invisible wheel. The old man and the pawn shop clock. He remembers the chime in the hallway rug, the scent of the cedar and the coffee mug, before the bills piled up like a winter snow, and the doctor said it was time to go. Now he comes here just to hear it strike, the only sound in the world that he still likes. They said time is money and money is time, but you can't buy back a single mountain climb. It's sitting on a shelf with a 90-buck tag, a lifetime of moments in a plastic bag. It's just the old man and the pawn shop clock, counting down the seconds to the final lock, watching the minutes that he couldn't save in the dusty light of a bargain bin cave. It's a rhythm of wood and a rhythm of steel, turning on a heavy-duty invisible wheel. The old man and the pawn shop clock. Yeah, listen to the tick, the air is getting thick. One more chime at the end of the line. The old man and the pawn shop clock. I've been walking where the pavement ends, where the river narrows and the highway bends. My soles are thin and the leather is torn from the jagged rocks and the devil's thorn. Every step I take is a heavy-duty crunch, taking every hit and every mountain punch. My pockets are empty, my bank account's low, and I got 1,000 miles left to go. But there's a light inside that the dark can't kill, a fire that's burning on a winter hill. I've got gravel in my boots, gold in my soul, trying to stay steady while the thunders roll. One is the grit of the road I've walked, the other is the treasure where the angels talk. I'm a rich man living in a poor man's skin, with a wealth that starts where the miles begin. Gravel in my boots, gold in my soul. They see the dust on my flannel shirt and the way I'm lingering in the red clay dirt. They don't see the kingdom that I carry inside, where the mercy's deep and the grace is wide. I've traded the glitter for the honest shine of a heart that's finally truly mine. You can keep your diamonds and yours, and your silver chains. Give me the freedom of the open plains, because the rocks in my shoes just keep me grounded, while the music in my spirit stays unbounded. I've got gravel in my boots, gold in my soul, trying to stay steady while the thunders roll. One is the grit of the road I walk, the other is a treasure where the angels talk. I'm a rich man living in a poor man's skin, with a wealth that starts where the miles begin. Gravel in my boots, gold in my soul.
my boots, gold in my soul. There's a heavy-duty flute buried deep in the dirt, in a place where the ocean can't ever do hurt. An iron-cast giant in a sea of the green, the strangest damn thing that the valley has seen. It's a long way from salt and the pull of the tide, with a lifetime of voyages trapped deep inside. The bees are all humming where the barnacles clung, and the songs of the sailors have already been sung. It's holding its ground in the limestone and clay, while the blossoms of summer start to blow away. It's a rusted anchor in a field of clover, now that the sailing and the storms are all over. A heavy-duty weight for a dry weather soul in a world where the waves have lost all their control, buried in the petals and the scent of the hay, refusing to move in a heavy-duty way. The rusted anchor in a field of clover. Did it fall from a ship in a sky full of rain, or was it dragged here to tether a heavy-duty pain? It's pitted and scarred by the rust and the time, covered in moss and a thick green grime. It used to keep steady in the middle of a gale, now it's just a stop on a mountainside trail. They say everything eventually finds its own home, that you can't spend forever in the white water foam. Sometimes you just drop your heart in the grass and watch all the seasons and the centuries pass. It's a rusted anchor in a field of clover, now that the sailing and the storms are all over. A heavy-duty weight for a dry weather soul in a world where the waves have lost all their control, buried in the petals and the scent of the hay, refusing to move in a heavy-duty way. The rusted anchor in a field of clover. Yeah, sinking to the ground without a single sound. The clover's getting tall against the iron wall. The rusted anchor in a field of clover. The sky's the color of a tarnished dime, and the air is thick with the weight of time. The cicadas are screaming in the heat of the day, while the corners turn in a dusty gray. Then I see a flash on the ridge out west. The first few drops are heavy and slow, hitting the pavement where the weeds don't grow. A little bit of steam and a sudden hiss, like a long-lost lover's ghostly kiss. It's a smell of rain on dry asphalt, forgiving the summer for every fall. That sweet sharp scent of the earth waking up like a drop of silver in a clay baked cup. It's a rhythm of the road and the clouds above, the hardest kind of grace and the oldest love.
my head tilted back, watching the water fill the spider web crack. It's washing the oil and the grit away into the gutters of a Saturday. I've spent a lifetime waiting for the flood to turn the dust back into honest blood. They say you can't bottle a feeling like this, a moment of relief that you didn't want to miss. It's a chemical reaction, a soul deep spark, bringing the light out of the heavy-duty dark. It's the smell of rain on dry asphalt, forgiving the summer for every fall. That sweet sharp scent of the earth waking up like a drop of silver in a clay baked cup. It's the rhythm of the road and the clouds above, the hardest kind of grace and the oldest love. The smell of rain on dry asphalt. Yeah, breathe it in, where the miles begin. The storm is here and the air is clear. The smell of rain on dry asphalt.
Neon's buzzing like a trapped up fly, and the tile is stained with the years gone by. I'm standing here at the porcelain sink, trying my best not to stop and think, but the glass is fractured in a jagged line, splitting this weary face of mine. One eye's looking at where I've been, the other staring at the mess I'm in. 1,000 miles of coffee and grease, and a mind that hasn't found a moment of peace. It's a cracked mirror in a truck stop bathroom, reflecting the shadows in the midnight gloom. I'm seeing double, I'm seeing the cost of every highway and every soul I've lost. A jigsaw puzzle of a man on the run, wishing to God that the driving was done. Looking through a cracked mirror, there's a name carved deep in the wooden stall, and a shadow stretching down the narrow hall. I splash cold water on a 3-day beer, facing the man that I've always feared. The cracks are like rivers on a paper map, leading me straight to the middle of a trap. It don't show the truth and it don't show the lie, just the silver backing and a bloodshot eye. You can't fix the image once the glass is broke. It all goes up like a cloud of engine smoke. It's a cracked mirror in a truck stop bathroom, reflecting the shadows in the midnight gloom. I'm seeing double, I'm seeing the cost of every highway and every soul I've lost. A jigsaw puzzle of a man on the run, wishing to God that the driving was done. Looking through a cracked mirror. Yeah, grab a paper towel, hear the diesel growl. Don't look too long before the light is gone. Just a cracked mirror in a truck stop bathroom. stands at the edge of the Miller's Creek, with a story in every wooden creek. Grandpa carved his name in 32, right next to a heart that was meant for Lou. Its branches reach out like a giant's hand, the oldest soul in this weary land. I've climbed those limbs to see the world, watch the flags of my youth get unfurled. It's seen the droughts and it's seen the floods, the winter frost and the springtime buds. Oh, the old oak tree, if it could talk about the lover's lane and the Sunday walk. It's a silent witness to the years gone by, holding up a piece of the Kansas sky. Deep roots running through the red clay ground, the only anchor that I've ever found underneath the old oak tree. There's a rusted chain where the tire swing hung, where we felt like birds when we were young. Now the bark is thick and the leaves are gold, a little bit scarred and a lot more old. I brought my son here just the other day to watch him run where I used to play. They're building houses on the hill nearby, but this old timber ain't ready to die. You can't replace what takes a century to grow with a neon sign or a concrete road. Oh, the old oak tree, if it could talk about the lover's lane and the Sunday walk. It's a silent witness to the years gone by, holding up a piece of the Kansas sky. Deep roots running through the red clay ground, the only anchor that I've ever found underneath the old oak tree. Yeah, still standing tall, watching us rise and watching us fall. 1,000 leaves in the autumn breeze, God bless the old oak tree.